Good evening, guys. I am so sorry I'm running a little late tonight because I literally got Ari to bed right at 8 o'clock. I went and I had my last meal of the day. It was so good. Nothing like a brownie and peanut butter yogurt. Yay. I love refeed day. But anyway, I came on to talk about misconceptions, things that people hesitate joining a network marketing company like this because of a lot of misconceptions and misinformation out there. So I'm going to cover some of those. So first of all, let me preface with not all companies are the same. You guys, I have always been one of those people who said that I was never going to work for one of those direct sales companies. I had so many friends doing Avon and Origami Owl and all these other things. And I'm just like, I have no interest whatsoever. When I started Beachbody and started coaching, from my other video, you guys know, I didn't get into this really honing in on like the money aspect of it, like growing it into a business. Sure, I wanted to make a little side cash, but I wasn't looking at it as like this huge business. And for me, it was like, I don't want to go to people like, I just remember Avon as having like Avon parties and having to go door to door and dropping off like Avon booklets. And with Origami Owl, you had to do like home parties. And same with, what's the candle one, Party Light, right? You had to like go to people's homes and do like parties, and that like freaked me out. Scared the crap out of me. I'm really good at talking sometimes, but I can be a tad introverted. I have my moments where I like to keep to myself, and so really utilizing social media in that that aspect has allowed me to be myself, but remain a little introverted at times. So not all companies are the same. When I started, I signed up immediately as a coach with my fitness tools. So I didn't have a coach fee. I literally just paid for my challenge pack. I just paid for my products. Some companies, you have to not just buy the products you're using. You have to buy a mass amount of product. So like if you're doing an Origami Owl party, you had to buy a ton of the little charms and different bracelets. Or if you did Party Light, you were buying the different types of candles in this, sampler that lets you smell all the scents, flavors, and whatever. So you have to spend so much money on stock in hopes that somebody buys it back. So you can upsell. You can always upsell and charge them more than what you paid for it. Or if you're giving away things for what you paid for it, then really there's no income being earned. You're just paying yourself back. And I know a lot of people with a lot of different companies, whether it's been Unique or LuLaRoe or whatever, like they've never seen a huge income growth with it because they're putting all this investment into inventory that they have to have at their house, and they have to ship everything themselves, and they have to handle the credit card numbers and like personal information. We do not have to do any of that, you guys. We get to just hone in on the fun stuff. So 99.9999% of people, you guys, are online shoppers. Let's face it. With Amazon or Amazon Prime, right? People know how to shop online. So with Beachbody, it's great because our website is online. Our business is online. So nobody's directly buying from us. They're not giving us cash. They're not giving us their credit card. They are going online, purchasing with a credit card or a debit card, and Beachbody takes care of the shipping, the all of it, the postage, the packaging, the inventory. They are taking care of it all. So we don't have to do home parties. We have a virtual community where we get to have fun, right? And we get to go and do the nitty gritty with each other. We're accountability partners, essentially. We're accountability coaches. We, get to do and meet people all over the world. Right now, we're in the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, but we're expanding all the time. Beachbody is, opening new markets. So it's really cool to be able to order online, have it shipped directly to you without me having to do anything except for getting you in my virtual community and having fun with you. And of course, answering questions and whatnot. And if you're having issues with things, helping to find answers. But as far as all the, money handling and personal stuff, I don't deal with any of that stuff. And neither would you as a coach. So here are really the biggest, rejections or misconceptions that I hear, that I've heard over the last 3 years. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not good at selling things. Well, if you remember from my story that I shared, you guys, I didn't come into this with a sales background. I am not a salesperson. I was a school teacher. With this company, you don't have to be a salesperson. And in fact, I'm telling you not to be a salesperson, because there's nothing. Think about when you go to a car dealership and you see that salesperson coming up to you, right? What's the first thing you do? Avoid eye contact and run the other way, okay? I don't want people to do that to you. I want you to attract followers, right? I want you to inspire people. And so what I'm asking you to do is to share what's worked for you. So when you invest in your health and you get set up with the tools and you're doing the programs and you're having results, just share that. Just share the journey on your social media and just stay true to yourself. Just be you, be real, be honest. We're influencers, you guys. That's what we are. We're social media influencers. Think about how people buy things nowadays, right? If you wanted to go to a restaurant and you weren't familiar with an area, what's the first thing you would do? You would go on your Facebook and you would post, hey, what's a good restaurant in Royal Oak? And all your friends would tell you all the restaurants they love, right? Or if you're scrolling Facebook and you see somebody wearing a really cute shirt, you're like, oh my God, I love that shirt. Where'd you get it? Right? And then the person answers Target, and you go run out and you go buy it, right? That's what we're doing. That's what it is to be a coach, is to just inspire others and share with them what's worked for you. You don't have to be a salesperson. You can tell them, listen, this is what I've done. This is what I used. And if they want to join you, great. Another one that I hear so much, this is like the top one that I hear. I don't have time. And then I get a list of, I'm a mom and I go to do, and I don't have time. Okay, I get it, you guys. When I started right after my divorce, so I was a single mom. I was a full-time teacher working 7 to 4. I had to do single mom life. I also was a graduate student, so I was taking classes, one of them being calculus, you guys. I don't know if you guys know anything about calculus. Not an easy class. And as a graduate student, it wasn't online either. I had to go there, and I had homework that was due every week that I had to physically write out, and it's calculus. This business is really a business that works in the cracks of time. Let's be real. It's a building in cracks of time. At lunchtime, I wouldn't socialize with all my coworkers. And it wasn't that I was being rude or anything, but sacrifices. I had to make short-term, that's the best way to put it, short-term sacrifices to make something work that you want to work. So you always hear the phrase, the things that are most important to you, you'll find time to do, right? So if your health and fitness, if I'm not saying that you need to be a bodybuilder, but if living a long life is a priority to you, then you should find 20 to 30 minutes to work out a day. If living in 5 to 10 years, having your family being completely free of debt and living freely, you probably should then take steps to do that. If you want this business to work to get to that point, then you figure out the cracks of time that work for you. For me, it was I worked on my lunch break. So I was eating and working from my phone because we can work anywhere. I was waking up a half hour early on weekends. So I was waking up before Aria got up on weekends. I was not doing the whole, well, I'm going to sleep in. I woke up just like I did during the week. So instead of me waking up early, working out, and then taking Aria to school, I would wake up early, work out, and then I would work my business until Aria woke up. So it was cracks of time. I probably worked my business in the beginning, probably maybe 7 to 10 hours a week. That's it. Okay. And it was all in cracks of time. So on my lunch break, on weekends before Aria woke up, during the week when Aria went to bed, nap times, I sacrificed TV at night. So, instead of binge watching The Bachelor or getting into all these programs that everybody's talking about, like This Is Us, never seen an episode, guys. My priorities are just way different. And if you want this business to be a 6-figure earner for you, your priorities need to be different than binge watching TV at nighttime. If you are happy where you're at in life and you are binge watching TV at night, then kudos to you. I am not by any means judging. I'm just letting you know that if you want this to be a successful business and your excuse is I have no time, but you're watching an hour of TV at night, you could easily replace that hour of TV with this business. And then in a couple of years, have a substantial income from it through consistency and time. So the great thing about this is it can be a part-time or full-time income. There is no requirement for what your level of success is other than what you make it to be. So if it's simply just having something to give you purpose outside of the mom title, because how many of us become wives and moms and let that become us? We lose our identity and we're just mom. Mama, mama, mommy, mommy, mama, 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 mom, right? Or we become wife and we're like a slave to making food and serving our husbands and doing laundry and, the daily tasks of wifehood, as you want to call it. So even if just your purpose is to work it part-time, getting a little bit here and there, but it gives you a sense of purpose to be able to connect with other women. Like if that's what your version of success is, I'm here to help you reach that version of success. Another misconception, another excuse that I hear, a hesitation, is I'm not a health or fitness expert. I have no certifications, you guys. None. I did not walk into this a fitness expert, and I'm still not a fitness expert. I did not walk into this a nutritional expert, and I still am not a nutritional expert. I've learned from my trainers, being with this business and doing program after program, reading the materials. It's like being in school. You learn as you go, right? When you walk into 9th grade, do you know all of 9th grade material? No, sorry, my hair is driving me crazy. When you walk into college in that first calculus class, do you know calculus already? No, you learn as you go, right? Well, that's what this business is it's a learn as you go business. So you're never going to be an expert. But that's the great thing with partnering with Team Beachbody is that they have the experts. They have teams of 30 nutritionalists working on the nutritional guides for these programs and the meal plans. And they have fitness experts who are the trainers who are doing the workouts and talking about form and teaching you proper technique. They have the experts. We're an accountability coach, okay? We get to have fun. We get to give them the tools. We get to give them the experts. And then we get to do it with them in the group and have a bunch of fun with them. And say, woo, I got my workout in. Here's my sweaty selfie. Did you get your workout in? And just make it fun and be right in the trenches with them instead of being the one saying, oh, nope, straighten your back, do this, do that, and the grunt work. We're giving them those tools. We're giving them the experts, and we get to do it alongside with them. We get to be, right there, nitty gritty, sweating, getting results along with them, experiencing for the first time a new nutritional plan when a new program comes out. I loved when 80-Day Obsession came out because everybody's like freaking out about the nutritional plan. I'm like, you guys, I'm in the same boat. And so I think it gave a sense of calmness and a sense of, okay, she's sticking with this and she just messed up. She did this and that was a mistake and she's not stopping, so I can too. You know, it gives a sense of hope and it gives motivation and an inspiration for others to keep going because you're keeping going. So it's that accountability. Another one is there's so many coaches. I know like 5 of my friends are coaches. If there's like 3 coaches in my city, like how am I supposed to get anybody? You guys, one, there are a lot of coaches. In the network right now, there's about 400,000 coaches. Do all of them run wellness communities and work it for full time? No. Do a lot of them, are they a coach for the discount? Absolutely. Because you can coach and just utilize the discount. You don't have to run groups. You don't have to work the business side. You can, if you fall in love with the products, you can upgrade to the coach account to receive the discount, and you don't have to work it at all. A lot of the coaches fall in that category. So even though you may know a coach in your community, they may not be running a wellness community that offers accountability. So that gives you something to attract people to, is having a group, being that accountability partner. Another one is people quit. It's just hands down the truth. It's not that the company doesn't work. It's not that this business doesn't work. It's that people aren't willing to put in the work every single day because of those excuses of I don't have time. I ran out of time today. I'm not saying I've worked my business every day for almost 3 years. There have been days that I haven't. Life happens, but 90% of the time, I have worked the business. So there may have been days here and there where I missed because Aria needed me. There was a field trip. Our power went out. Crazy things to where I couldn't do it. But I don't let my emotions dictate my actions. My goal is I want to, at the end of 5 years, be earning 6 figures. That was my goal I set for myself. And I'm headed that way. I'm about to wrap up year 3. And in year 3, I will be making more than I did as a teacher. So year 4 and year 5, by the end of year 5, I want to be making 6 figures. And I am on track for that. For me to be on track for that, I need to show up daily in my business. I need to prioritize time. I need to work off of saying, here's my checklist of what I have to do. Did I do that? Did I do that? Did I do that? If I do all the tasks every day that are going to grow my business will grow. But if I'm tired at night and I say, I'll just miss today, and I work off that emotion, you guys, then I'm going to keep making excuses if I'm tired, and those are the people who quit. It's just a fact. But those that have stuck around, like myself, I have many other friends who have stuck around and worked it consistently and never stopped and prioritized it as an actual business, not just a hobby. They're seeing a lot of growth. They're seeing a lot of success. They're earning trips. You probably see me talking about traveling a lot. I've been to Punta Cana. I go to Mexico next month. I earned a trip to Florida. I had to pass it up this time just because I am getting married this year. So lots of traveling already as it is and a lot of expenses. So I had to, with everything else, I had to prioritize. But there's so many trip opportunities. Again, though, it's for people who are earning those benchmarks to do that. And man, do I want to help mentor more of those. Like, I am dying. If you are like, I'm it. In 5 years, I want to be earning 6 figures, and you're ready to put in 5 years, I am like so ready to do this with you. And then we're always expanding. When I started, we were just in the United States. When Team Beachbody first launched 10 years ago, it was just in the United States. And then it opened a few years later to Canada. And it just opened last year to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is kind of like a test run for basically all of Europe. So we're expanding. Beachbody's been around for 20 years, Team Beachbody 10, and we just keep expanding, you guys. We're not even fully international, but we're getting there. So there's just going to be more people. As long as people are buying McDonald's and Taco Bell, as long as the obesity rate in this world, unfortunately, is at an extreme high, because people want quick fixes. People want instant gratification, so they rather go through a drive-thru and get a poppin' burger than make a meal at home. As long as there's a large majority of those people out there, and America is doing that, you guys, we're always going to have a job. So it doesn't matter how many coaches are out there. There's always going to be enough people that need help. So definitely don't let that limit your mindset. Fear of sharing on social media. This was a fear of mine too, because like I said, when I started, I was a teacher. So what is the number one thing as teachers we're told? To keep our social media private, right? To not put things out there that your students can see and things like that, right? But for me as a Beachbody coach, I was posting before and afters in a sports bra and shorts, right? Do all coaches post that right away? Absolutely not. All coaches don't post videos right away. When I started, I was just posting words. Then I started posting sweaty selfies. Then I started posting before and afters. Then I started posting shots of my moves. Then I started posting videos that I made through different apps. Then live came out and I started going live doing my workouts. And you guys, it's a growth. It's a progression of and you start with your comfort zone and just a little each time you get out of your comfort zone. It's just always that growth process. You're going to evolve in your posts over time. If you guys saw some of the posts that I made when I first started, oh, it was bad. It was so not authentic. It was a lot of shop photos, stock photos, company photos versus me. And man, have I learned that nobody likes pictures of Shakeology in a bag. Saying buy this. They want the authentic you. They just want to know. They want to learn about your journey. They want to know what you're doing. And so just share that. As you start getting interest in followers, your confidence will grow, and you'll just naturally start to share more and more. Like I said, even if it's just sharing in words and not having pictures at first, it's just putting yourself out there and being as authentic and real as you can. Part of getting results in anything is moving past your comfort zone. So eventually, obviously, you're going to start in your comfort zone, and eventually you're going to work out of that comfort zone and start doing scary things, uncomfortable things, so that your business grows. It's just like within fitness. If you always used 5-pound weights and you never moved past 5-pound weights and you just lifted 5-pound weights for the rest of your life, your results would stop, right? You would get in this plateau. You would stop seeing results because you refuse to lift heavier weights. So that's how it is with posting on social media. Don't worry about what other people have to say. If you have negative Nancy's on your social media, posting things on your post, 1, you have the power to delete those comments. 2, you have the power to ignore. 3, you have the power to delete that friend off your Facebook and block them. So the whole aspect around being a part of this community is the positivity that comes with it. You will see that you will get more positive feedback in your post than negative, and the few negatives that there are can be eliminated. You just have to realize that some people are really closed-minded, and it's hard for them to see you doing something successful because it brings out self-doubt in them, and it brings out their lack of not doing something that better for themselves. So it has absolutely nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. So just remember that. So definitely don't worry. Those people aren't paying your bills, honey. So don't worry about what anybody else has to say. You do your thing. You're going to attract your tribe. You're going to attract the positive people around you and the people who are going to become your coaches on your team and the people who are going to become your best friends. It's just going to be a natural thing that happens. When I started, I had 2 friends, you guys, and I am still friends with those 2 friends, but I can tell you that one of them is in my wedding. One's coming to my wedding, but one's in my wedding. My wedding party is over half of my bridal party are my Beachbody coaches. Like, legit, they are some of the best people I've ever met, and I've never met any better, better friends or reconnected with, the positive people who have been in my life that maybe I lost over the years. So to have them a part of my wedding, is special to me. And it's not a facade. It's not a fake thing. It's like real, genuine friendships. And then here's the last big one. And I'm just going to tell you guys this because it's true. I get the question, well, isn't that a pyramid scheme? Is that the same thing as a pyramid scheme? Okay. Do you know what a pyramid scheme is? Do you really know what a pyramid scheme is? Like, do you know what makes up a pyramid scheme? Because when I ask that to people, they look at me like, well, I just kind of assumed because it was online. It's online because that's where business is going, you guys. That's where network marketing is going. Network marketing started with phone calls, right? But what happens? Technology, it booms, it gets bigger. Social media is like the thing, right? So network marketing has moved from just walking door to door and telephone calls to being online, like working through social media, and emails. So no, it's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is usually where there's a large buy-in. So you give like $2,000 to a company and there's no goods or services. You get nothing. You just have this huge buy-in. And then you make money from everybody that gives that large buy-in underneath you. And the only way that you're going to see success is if those people do the buy-in under you. Those are illegal. They get shut down and people go to jail. Okay? Beachbody is a credible company. It's a credible networking company. Okay? Team Beachbody is. It's been around 10 years. It's going strong, like I said. Okay? Nobody's going to jail anytime soon. Nobody's doing anything illegal over here. In this business, you can outrank your coach. If you were to sign up under me, at a certain point, there's the potential for you to surpass me. Because without getting too confusing, there's different ranks. So right now I'm diamond. I've been going back and forth between 1 star and diamond. Okay. So you start as a coach. Then you go emerald once you sign 2 coaches under you. And then you go diamond. Now, to surpass diamond rank, you need to have diamonds underneath you. So once you become diamond, that would give me a diamond. So let's just say I had no diamonds on the team. I was just plain old diamond. And then you became diamond. That would make me 1 star. But you have coaches under you. Let's say 5 coaches under you all of a sudden went diamond because you helped them progress, but you were still only my diamond. You would then be 5-star diamond, and here I am still sitting over here at 1 star, like because my other coaches aren't doing anything. You have the potential to outrank me at any point. Okay? If you're serious about this business and you hightail it, in 2 years, you could 1 year, 6 months, I don't know, depending on how much you put in, you could totally outrank me. Because I only allot a certain amount of time to work my business, and maybe you have more time than I do, and you just do more than I do, and you reach more people than I do, and you just happen to find people who vibe you quicker than I do. Maybe you're a really good, find a lot of good potential customers who turn into coaches, and you're having higher commission sales than I am. There's just so many possibilities, you guys, for you to actually do better than your upline, which would be me. So by no means is this a pyramid scheme at all. There's 3 different facets, 3 different ways for you to make an income. In the beginning, it's pretty much commission, and then it becomes bonuses through ranks. and then your big bonuses based off of how many diamonds you have on your team. And you could make a 6-figure income in bonuses alone once you get to a certain point. So there's nothing schemy, nothing pyramid-y about it. So that's all I have for you. That is my version of the misconceptions and the questions and the hesitations that usually people have when it comes to this business. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.